The right's caricature of socialism is that it is anti-innovation and anti-personal achievement. As Jordan Peterson would frame it, the suppression of the individual to the collective. Now, this is false, and it's just the right's attempt to argue that the creativity and ambition found across all cultures and societies is something that is unique to capitalism, when in fact, capitalism has become a barrier to the fulfillment of a mass, universal human greatness. The right believes that people's economic and social circumstances are determined by their effort or their genius or their merit. But clearly this can't be the case. Do you really believe the average CEO is working 400 times harder than the average worker? Because that's how much more they're making. Or take, for example, somebody like Jeff Bezos, who nearly doubled his wealth in the past 6 months. Did he double his effort during COVID? Was he delivering packages? Was he on the line with the other workers? No. He accumulated this money by dominating the market for distributing consumer goods and hyper-exploiting his workers, as well as firing anyone who pushed back against their working conditions. Socialists see this problem as a capitalist one because we recognize that the current economic relationships are insufficient for people to realize their full and true potential. Why is that? It's because capitalism creates artificial barriers to achieving greatness. This is not a new idea on the left or in Marxism. This is literally in the manifesto, where Karl Marx wrote, "The free and full development of each is the precondition for the free and full development of all." That's why literally every socialist program or project or party has made quality free education a primary political demand, and also a political practice, with many parties and organizations offering free political education, arts education, and cultural education to anybody who is interested. Now, the right's counterpoint would be that socialists aim to raise the floor of achievement and access by suppressing those at the top, creating a mediocre society where equality means we all suffer in mediocrity. They've got this backwards. In actuality, those at the top of society and the economic system that places them there have inhibited the possibilities and creativity of those at the bottom. Think about somebody like Elon Musk, who is oftentimes heralded as a capitalist who is bucking the trend, a new generation, a shift in this system. Well, let's think about this man. Is he truly great? This is somebody who inherited tremendous wealth, bought Tesla, and the title founder, by the way, so that he could buy the praise and admiration of others. And as CEO, he gets credit for the work of his employees, all while profiting off of technology that was created and paid for by the public sector, and receiving massive government contracts. That's not greatness. That's just a case of being in the right class position in capitalism. Greatness is somebody like Paul Robeson, certainly one of the greatest Americans and easily one of the greatest socialists to have ever lived. He was incredible in every aspect of life. He had incredible character. He was a record-holding running back. He was an actor, a singer, and a lawyer. He wasn't somebody who was great because of capitalism. He was great in spite of it. At every turn in his life, Robeson had to overcome American racism, capitalism, and a gatekeeping system that is meant to keep artistic and intellectual achievement in the possession of the rich, a system that truly promotes mediocrity. And what did Robeson do with his success? He committed himself to the struggle for socialism, for economic democracy, and the fight against colonialism, all while bringing his thunderous voice to the workers of the world. He traveled around the globe singing free concerts from Liverpool to Australia. That's greatness in general, but it's also a kind of socialist greatness, a greatness that's rooted in achievement, but also in solidarity and righteousness. That's the greatness that socialists aim to achieve. But socialists don't think that we all need to struggle as tremendously as Robeson did. We look to him for inspiration, yes, because of his ability to overcome a regime that's tried to suppress him. But we also believe that nearly all humans have unrealized potential that is not achieved because of these obstacles. They don't need to be there. Literally, every challenge in Robeson's life, he would have been better off without these kind of capitalist, artificial, unnatural challenges. Capitalism is an unnatural system. It keeps people dependent on the market to secure their basic needs. And this has not always been the case in human society, and there's no reason to assume that it always will be or is necessary to achieve a great society. Quite the contrary. Stephen Jay Gould, the great evolutionary theorist, said, "I am somehow less interested in the weight and convolutions of Einstein's brain than I am in the near certainty that people of equal talent have lived and died in cotton fields and sweatshops." So no, socialists aren't against greatness. What we are against are systems that protect the mediocre elites and their privileges at the expense of us all. We're against societies that condemn most human beings to a life of toil and depravity. We believe that socialism is not only possible, but necessary, and that it will be far greater than anything capitalism has offered us.